All right, Chris Daddio now, and Chris, you're going against the best in the country this week, percentage-wise, in Kevin Massa. You saw him last year. What do you think changes for you from that matchup last year?
I'm just a lot more confident. Starting to figure out a little bit of something here, and that's it's coming at, I guess, the right time of the season. He's a pretty good face-off guy. Obviously, he showed that last year. He showed it this year again. He's setting records all over the place, but he, as we saw yesterday, he's not unbeatable. He went against another good face-off guy, and he got the best of him for a decent amount of the game, and then Massa came in at the end and won the important ones, which really it shows a lot because anyone can win throughout the game, and then at the end, the last 4 or 5 face-offs when you're in a tight game like that are always the most important ones. So that's a little bit more motivation to see that even if you're winning throughout the middle, you still got to finish up strong like he did, and he ended up winning that game for them.
As hard as a worker you've been over your career, was it that Bryant game last year where it really clicked in and said, whoa, we may need to make some changes here?
I mean, that was definitely one of them. That, obviously, the national championship. There was some other games along the way that did it. No, I mean, I'd say that game and the national championship were probably the two biggest, but it wasn't the only thing that made me realize it. I mean, over the course of the last year or two, I mean, there's just been a lot of different things that have kind of hit me in the head saying you got to start figuring it out.
How exciting is it to be here now? You're back in the playoffs. You're back at the part of the season you all play for.
It's very exciting. I mean, I would be happy and excited to play anyone at this point. It's just to be a part of the NCAA tournament. It's just unbelievable, especially nowadays where everybody's good. No matter who you're playing in the first round, everyone's going to give you a tough challenge, unlike it was like 10 years ago or so, where it was only like 5 or 6 teams that would dominate everyone. But this is one of the most exciting things that you get to do as a lacrosse player. So
does that really click it in for you? How everyone can win? That you played this Bryant team last year, and you're down 4-0. To know not to take them specifically lightly.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's better because a lot of times people lose first round games like that because they just think an opponent's so much smaller than them, and it's not like that anymore. No one's smaller than anyone here. It doesn't really. I mean, you get your seedings, how you played everyone in the regular season, but I mean, once you get into the playoffs, it doesn't really matter your seedings. It shows who you play against, but at the same time, everyone's good this year, so it's just exciting to play against another good team.
On the other side of the coin, how can it help them that, hey, they went through the same exact thing with you guys last year?
It could definitely help them. I mean, they showed a lot of energy at the beginning of that game last year. They showed they can win face-offs and give them the ball, and they're pretty good at sitting on the ball, and they've had a lot of practice that with their face-off guy winning so many face-offs. So it'll be a tough opponent, and they'll probably get some decent possessions. And we got to keep the ball away from them because they're an experienced team. They have a great coach. They have a great face-off guy and a great goalie. And if you have a great face-off guy and a great goalie, that's a pretty good duo right there to make a deep run.
As a senior here, and this is your last run through it, how good do you feel about the team as a whole right now and your chances here this month?
I feel pretty good. I mean, we've been on a little bit of a hot streak towards the end of the season, which is just about the right time to be hot coming into the playoffs. Obviously, we lost the ACC championship, but it was a great game. I mean, that was the only way I'd want to lose the ACC championship is the way we lost it. So it's a good feeling. Everyone's really coming together now. Every aspect of the game is really coming together, and it's looking pretty good. I'm pretty confident in everyone on the team. I trust everyone on the team right now.
All right, we're looking forward to the month. We'll see you on Sunday.
Thank you. Appreciate it.